After Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany in 1933, the Nazis moved quickly to control education and the schools. They recognized that a new generation of supporters would be critical to their success. Responsibility for carrying out the educational goals of the Nazi Party fell to the National Socialist Teachers League, the NSLB, the Ministry of Education, and the Hitler Youth. The NSLB was responsible for indoctrinating educators in the fundamentals of Nazi ideology. Teachers were required to attend training camps, and good teachers could be rewarded for their loyalty and dedication. Those who refused risked public humiliation or dismissal. Jewish teachers in Germany had no such choice, as they were forced from their jobs in public schools regardless of their abilities and teaching accomplishments. This was followed several years later by the expulsion of Jewish students from German public schools. The Ministry of Education developed new courses based on what the Third Reich believed students should learn, especially race science. Simply put, race science was the belief that individuals were organized into races, some inherently superior to others, and that Germans were members of a superior race destined to rule all of Europe. The Nazis viewed Jews as an inferior race that fed off the superior races like parasites and needed to be eliminated as parasites. In spite of the mandate from the Ministry of Education, teachers could use their own initiative to instruct their students in this new science. Methods ranged from subjecting students to measurements of their heads while their classmates watched, to encouraging their students to harass and bully Jews, whether in their schools or indeed in their communities. Textbooks were revised to reflect Nazi ideology, from studies on racial science to propaganda targeted at young children. The Nazis also relied on the Hitler Youth to indoctrinate a new generation. "I begin with the young," said Adolf Hitler. "With them, I can make a new world." Although the Hitler Youth resembled youth clubs that promoted camaraderie and outdoor activities, the reality was more sinister. Marching, war games, and pro-Nazi speech and song made up a larger part of Hitler Youth activities than did camping or hiking. The primary purpose of the Hitler Youth was to win over hearts and minds, mold young people into passionate believers in the Nazi cause. Action over study, unquestioning obedience over independent thought, and loyalty to Adolf Hitler above all else. With this shift in Germany's educational aims, it could be suggested that educators, students, and parents had no choice but to conform to the new order. But teachers in the Third Reich did make choices, whether because or in spite of the pressures they were now facing. At war's end in 1945, with the Third Reich overthrown and Germany under Allied occupation, the country's educational system was in shambles. Denazifying Germany's schools took years to accomplish. And as with other citizens of post-war Germany, those who had been teachers and students during the 12 years of Nazi rule struggled with the burden of each choice they had made, even when that choice was to do nothing at all.